Good evening, YouTube viewers, Facebook friends, family, and fans, and my subscribers to my YouTube channel. Welcome you to another edition of Joe's Politics 101. Well, this is my favorite time of the year. I mean, we're getting into the last legs of our presidential election season. The Republicans and the Democrats trying to pick who their nominee is going to be. I watched the debate last night with the Republican debate last night. Everybody's saying it was so exciting to see Donald Trump and Ted Cruz get into a little kerfuffle about citizenship and New York values and all of that good stuff. As far as I'm concerned, the New York values thing is really trivial. I mean, we know people across the United States, in every state, have great people in it, good people in it. And I think our values run across the nation. You know, I don't think one state is better than the other, or the people in one state is better than the other. I think we all love America, and we see America as our home. You know, I don't know of any other place in this world that I would rather call home other than the United States. This is where I was born. This is where I was raised. This is where I served my country to defend it. And if called upon again, to the best of my ability, I would defend it now. So, and I would hope that every state out of all 50 of them, including the territories that we have, would step forward to defend our nation against the aggressors or terrorists or whoever. You know, there's a lot of things that bother me about the rhetoric of the Republican Party, in which is why I'm not a Republican. You know, the policies that they talk about are all, most of the time, divisive and exclusionary. You know, and people, we all have different views, and we can understand, I can understand that, you know, your view of me is much different than my view of you. You know, I don't carry any animosity. I don't carry any fear that I'm taking something from you or that you're taking something from me. As long as you treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. That's the American value that I believe should be first and foremost at the forefront of our lives as American citizens. But it don't work out that way everywhere. You know, it seems that, you know, some white middle class men, women, and others seem to believe that my presence in the United States with equal opportunity rights diminish their ability to strive or to get ahead, which is not the case. You know, I think we all have dreams of the American dream of accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish. Some of us work harder than others to get there. Some of us do it honestly. We don't steal, take, or beat down anybody for it. Whereas we have others who feel like, you know, they are privileged to have those things and will take, beat others down for it, deny others their equal opportunity or their rights to get to where they want to get to, which is I guess, a part of living and a part of life. It's how you maneuver it and get around it and be able to do your thing, as most of us do. We manage to avoid conflicts, avoid the unnecessary roadblocks that are thrown up in front of us, or we know how to fight through them, get around them, and move on with our lives. Having said that, I want to talk a little bit about the Constitution. I had mentioned this in, I believe it was Republican candidates 1 or 2, one of the videos that I had posted earlier. I had mentioned the information or the conversation about Ted Cruz's citizenship. That was one of the big issues last night on the Republican debate. And me, myself personally, I believe that I'm right in my discussion of it by saying that Ted Cruz is not qualified based on his place of birth and his actions of living in Canada. He doesn't have the right to run for president. And one of the reasons that I'm really upset about the way he has been rolling along and saying that he's an American citizen, which he has become an American citizen, but he was not born in the United States of America on the American soil. I took a few minutes last night to read that section of the Declaration of the Constitution, and basically what it boils down to is a person who was born in another country, who would come under the sovereignty of that country, become under the rule of that country, which Ted Cruz did, being born there and living there for 5 years or however many years he lived there. His mother was a citizen of Canada. Even though she had dual citizenship with the United States and Canada, she still came under the control of the Canadian government. His father was not an American citizen at the time. Even though he was an immigrant from Cuba, he was not an American citizen of the United States of America, which basically has nothing to do with any of that. The mother was in Canada as a citizen of Canada, under the control of the Canadian government. Ted Cruz was born in Canada and lived there under the control of the Canadian government. So that makes him a Canadian citizen. He come to the United States. He maintained his Canadian citizenship. He was a dual U.S. and Canadian citizen. He had dual citizenships, one for Canada and one for the United States, which meant that if he goes back to Canada, he comes under the government of Canada. If he's in the United States, he comes under the United States government control. The problem is, and where he has to get off the boat is, he was born in Canada. He came back here and was, because of his mom, he was granted citizenship. That does not make him a natural born citizen of the United States. Now, the word natural, when you deal with the word natural, what is the definition of natural? It means something that is pure, that is untainted. It means that that item or that person has a natural base or ground or soil or whatever you want to call it, ties to the United States of America. Born of the soil in the United States of America. On the soil in the United States of America. Ted Cruz is not qualified to be running for President of the United States. And it's just that plain and simple. And I would hope that people who keep reading the Constitution with these twisted views, the same as they do with the Second Amendment and various other sections of the Constitution, quit twisting it and trying to make it bend into what they want it to be, to interpret it in what they want it to say, and forget about what it really means. We can't go back and think about what the founding fathers thought they were putting in there. The words are there. They're plain and simple. It says natural born citizen. Natural, we know the definition. Born, we know the definition. Citizen of the United States of America. Thank you for viewing this YouTube post. God bless you. God bless America. Ciao.